one team, it is more importantly a celebration. Senior Day. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Navy Midshipmen, taking on a fellow AAC opponent, the Temple Owls. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. For kickoff as we get this game started.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Looks like a penalty on the kickoff as the ball goes out of bounds. First down for this offense.
Flip it, unlock.
Looking for space. It's Washington. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And the Owls will hustle to the line. On second down, looking again to throw. Grabbed behind the line. It's Washington. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Third and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on fourth down. From the gun, wants to pass. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And that is how you silence this raucous crowd. Defensively on the road. First drive of the game, setting the tone, getting a huge sack on third down.
Temple lining up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Mids offense will get the ball for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He'll pitch it. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
And the running game has collapsed so far on this drive, and now it's 3rd down. Looking for a man. It's Horvath. Fires to the middle. Makes a connection. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. They'll try the run. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Comes out throwing on first down. Slings it. Hauls it in. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a first down. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. They'll run the option. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
and they give it to the fullback going downhill right now. And I tell you what, most of the time, the fullback takes you the ball, but it's most of the time as a blocker. And they give it to him really quickly. Linebacker comes down and meet him in the hole. I tell you what, that's big on big collision right there. Big boy pads and big boy pads.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. On the option. Now the pitch. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Navy! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They marched 78 yards down the field, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. And that is not what they were after. Kickoff sails out of bounds, an excellent field position for this offense. Ball will be placed at the 40 after that kick out of bounds. First down here for the offense. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Caught near the sideline, it's Clark. And he's just run out of bounds, maybe living to fight another day there. It'll be a loss on the play.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him too? Back to throw, it's Simon. Feeling some heat. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. Temple lining up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And the returner will be brought down. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make? Because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Coming to the line of scrimmage on third down. Quarterback checking off. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Finds his man. It's Chapman. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a fourth down. Navy will have to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. Temple takes over, and the offense will return to the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, man.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Now the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third down, he drops to throw. Pulls it in. It's Taylor. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Temple lining up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. And here comes the Navy offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
To the air, it's Horvat. Looking down the middle. And that one's incomplete. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. From the gun, wants to pass. Hit as he throws. Complete downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the right. What a throw! Not a lot of room. He fits it in beautifully, and they've got it at the 30. Navy is clicking on all cylinders right now. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking left. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
I know the passing game sells, the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
It's complete to the left. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down. It'll bring up a big decision. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. This is well within field goal range, but the kicker will stay on the sideline, and the offense will try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got the back in the middle. He stopped almost immediately. He didn't get much, but he didn't need much. They've got the first down. Breaks the tackle.
This defense really has their hands full, guys. They got to play with great eye discipline because they don't know who's going to be keeping the football in the run game. And that time, you saw the QB. He was able to kind of skirt his way to get some positive yards.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, midshipman. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Temple takes over, and the Owls send the offense back onto the field. Now, they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fellow on the sideline to be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And Navy will go back on the attack. They had this lead to start the 3rd quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Unloads to the right. It's caught. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. Clock ticks under the 4-minute mark here in the third quarter. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And the ball is picked off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. The offense lining up for a first down play. They'll start this drive with a pass. Fires to the big fella. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Temple lines up quickly.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Makes the catch. It's Morris. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. It's 1st and 10. They've moved it to the 41. They saw that blitz coming, and the way to get out of it is find the tight end.
Yeah, how quick did he see that, too? Sees the blitz, understands this is a matchup where I got my big tight end, the big fella. I trust. I'm going to find that matchup, get him the football for the first down.
Really nice, patient job to find some running room by this junior. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Fires the pass, intercepted. And that's a live ball behind the line. Oh, looks like the offense was able to recover it. They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on 2nd down. Handoff from the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. He's got it in the end zone! Touchdown now!
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And he got that extra point through. No slipping on the snow. It was good. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Here comes the option. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. He'll toss it. Plows through the defense.
You know, the one thing you can say about this defense, they pursue the football. The first guy might miss, the second guy might miss, but there's going to be more and more hats flying to the ball carrier. You saw it on that play, getting the tackle for loss.
To the air, it's Horvat. Dumps it to the back. On target over the middle. Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window. Navy is clicking on all cylinders right now. Going up top on 1st down. With the catch, it's Chapman. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Goes to the option. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter. At the end of the quarter, Navy has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. On the option. Hard running there. Now the toss. Past the 45. On the move at the 30. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Navy! Line lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away.
21, Temple, 7.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Bust through behind his pad. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Temple takes over, and the offense will return to the field. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense, to be physically pounded. The run is coming, you know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
And he goes down after making the grab, picks up a few, but still short of the first down. On target to the left. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Temple lines up quickly.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this.
And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
That defender did not care that the running back was setting up behind him on a screen. He was just thinking one thing and one thing only. See ball, get ball. He did that.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Fires one high and deep. The receiver was doubled, and they picked it off. Taking it the other way. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, midshipman! What a great play by the defense, and paying it off with the interception return. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth.
Navy, 28, Temple, 7.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Temple takes over, and the Owls send the offense back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
He looks that one in nicely. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Second down.
Looking to throw, it's Simon. Got rid of it just in time. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback is snowed under. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. They're trying to get to it. And full extension down the right side from the grab. The Owls are marching down the field.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to...
He uncorks one deep. And it's picked off. Got room on the return. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And this offense has done a really good job late in this football game. Man, you put a premium on the fourth quarter and maximizing possessions, and they've put touchdowns on the board. They've done a great job. Nice last play, too. Keep that momentum going and get out of here with the win.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. The option look. Now the pitch. Miles ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32. We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Now on the option. He'll toss it. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch?
Well, no real mystery there, and I think this coaching staff has a lot of confidence in their offensive line to get the push needed to give that back just a big enough crease to fall forward and get the first.
And it's so hard. My room for error is so small when I'm a defensive line. Like, I got to get off the ball as fast as I can. And
he'll take a shot. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
He'll pitch it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure, trying to escape and get it himself. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one.
And this is why defensive coordinators lose sleep at night, because guys like this have the football in their hand almost every single play. Third down, nothing open. He makes it happen himself.
Touchdown, Navy! And the route is on.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Temple takes over, and the offense will return to the field. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
Well, this one had all the suspense.